just get all your I know there's so much about how people buy something at the sight unseen, but I have to research it on permission. And then he goes, okay, well, my guy works at this now.
Speakers before we get into celebrating. We will have hot dogs and hamburgers, chicken available. It's going to be wonderful, but there are some things that she wanted to make sure that this communicated. So I'd like to hand the microphone over to this distinguished gentleman.
Good afternoon. My name is James Weiss. I'm with the Bullhead City Fire Department. I don't do a ton of public speaking, so this is pretty new to me. But I'm going to try to do my best and get a message out there like the family wanted. So, delivering this message comes with great responsibility and sadness for the circumstance. The grief a family experiences is their own, and little can be shared to make other people experience what they're going through or understand it. Across the nation, thousands of people are suffering from the same thing through the fentanyl epidemic. Each person we say goodbye to is someone's child, their sibling, a parent, a friend, and I sympathize with this family's loss and wish them the best in their grieving and healing process. I'm a paramedic and have been practicing for a while now. I've experienced quite a few of the opioid overdoses, and a lot of times people are going to either call everyone because they know what's going on, or they're going to come across a family member who's not conscious, and we have to kind of figure out what to do. The look on the people's faces as we experience this, and what I've seen, is just sadness and anguish and fear, and it's heartbreaking. In the 1960s, fentanyl was developed and implemented for medical procedures as an analgesic. Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid, which is 100 times more potent than morphine and 50 times more potent than heroin. Other forms of fentanyl production have been increasing the potency even further, and this new form can cause death by absorption through the skin, merely by coming in contact with the substance. Fentanyl can be saved through proper production and use in the medical field with supervision and heavy regulation. This can help with things like surgery and chronic pain. So when fentanyl is produced illegally, it's not regulated. The doses and concentrations are not a factor for those who make it. They're not worried about what the end user. So unregulated fentanyl's main source of production is through secret labs, warehouses in foreign countries, and brought here illegally. These unregulated methods of production and distribution can mimic prescription pills. They form them in the same way, they press them, they look real, but when they get tested, 42% of the counterfeit pills are at least 2 milligrams, which is considered at a lethal dose. It's not just fentanyl, but other medications, Percocet, all sorts of stuff out there. So they cut them, they press them, they make it the same way. So those who are producing these illegal substances don't care about the outcome of the end user. All they want is, means to an end or gain. In the year 2023, 74,702 people died through the use of fentanyl. And I use that number specifically because every one of them counts. Every one of them is someone's family. So this number doesn't include overdoses or near-death situations prevented by Narcan or medical personnel. So some of the effects: when ingesting lethal doses, a person falls into a stupor and becomes unable to care for themselves. Their skin becomes cold and clammy, their respiration is slow, and eventually stop. Once oxygen is depleted, the brain and heart are affected, and death is imminent. If you're thinking about taking the substance, I urge you not to. This is the last thing that you or your families ever want to experience. Thank you for your time. Be safe, be smart, be sober. There's too much in life to have it cut short. So thank you guys for your time.
Hi, I'm Detective Grigsby with the Bullhead City Police Department. I work for the Magnet Drug Task Force. This is Detective Morales. He also works with me. We have a strong stance on a zero tolerance for fentanyl dealers. They are plaguing and killing our community. We try and do as best as we can to intercept the drugs before it's entering Bullhead City, because we're very passionate about what is occurring in our town. fentanyl is killing people that we are seeing almost on a daily occurrence. The reason why we're here today is some of the indicators that maybe some people might know someone who's on fentanyl or any kind of illegal drug. We can go over that. We'll be over on the side giving some training on how to tell if someone's on fentanyl, some of the drug paraphernalia, and etc. to hopefully better educate the community so we don't have something like this happen again. Because once again, it's horrible. It should have never happened. Got anything else? I'm sorry for what happened, and justice for Kaden.
Good afternoon. My name is Morgan. I'm with an agency here called WestCare. The message I want to carry today is that there is hope. There are options. There are things you can do. There are treatment available. Now, my colleague from the fire department, he mentioned Narcan. I know that can be a bit of a touchy subject, but I want to clarify a couple things with it. Narcan is not a miracle in a box. It does not solve the problem. It gives us one thing, and that thing is time. It gives us time where we can bring that person back just a little bit further into this world and allow us the time to get the medical personnel, the emergency personnel, to come and to help that person and help get them through that overdose situation. I also want to talk to you guys about something called the Good Samaritan Law. And that's a law we have here in Arizona that says if you, in good faith, call 911 to help someone who's overdosing, there are things that can be overlooked, illegal things, in order to get that person the medical care that they need. And once that's done, there are options. There are agencies like mine, like Southwest Behavioral, Mojave Mental Health here in this area that can help with treatment, that can help a person get their life back. When we talk about recovery, we're not just talking about getting sober. We're talking about getting a life recovered in all aspects. But it starts with a decision. It starts with a phone call. It starts with somebody saying, I don't want this to happen again. I don't want this to happen to me. I don't want this to happen to my friend. And making a phone call, whether that be to 911 or whether it be way earlier in the process to my office or Southwest or any other agency or even just to your doctor or your mom or your dad or someone who can help. But there is hope. There is a future. Experimenting with drugs is not the end, but it can take you there. And there's a path away from it. And I want you all to know that. Thank you.
My name is Evelyn Smith. I am from Southwest Behavioral. I'm a behavioral health technician, and I have seen or worked with the recovery population or the substance use population for, I would say, the past 5 years. And the fentanyl crisis is really just taking over and affecting us on a daily. And I want to give my sincere condolences to the family members, friends, associates, mentors, the community that has been affected by this tragedy. From Southwest Behavioral, we want to let you know that we do offer services, teen substance use, early recovery, intensive outpatient for those who are, suffering with addiction. We offer services to help get you into residential treatment, codependency, whatever it is that you're dealing with. We want to be able to support you, provide additional resources, so we can continue to save lives. We also have I know one of my other workers with WestCare mentioned Narcan. We have Narcan available, and me as a parent, I know that I don't want anybody's kids or my kids to fall into addiction, but I carry Narcan because I never know whose life may be affected or who may need that. So even though you say, well, it's not in my house or it doesn't affect me, carrying it could save a life. And if you don't have it in your purse or wherever, even if it has an expiration date, it can still save a life. So I have extra Narcan. I didn't bring any out, but if you would like Narcan, I have an abundance of it, and I can provide more. You can come to Southwest Behavioral. We can provide extra Narcan. We also have testing strips. Even though we want to help our family members, our loved ones who are in addiction, sometimes addiction, it's an ugly beast to fight. So we have testing strips where they can test for fentanyl if they're still in active usage and hasn't decided to make that change. So we do have resources over there. We'll be here if you want to talk with us one-on-one, and if you need some additional resources, we're here for support. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you. Please make sure you make your way over to the table and talk to these folks. There's so many incredible resources, and I grew up, I call this beautiful community my home, but I did grow up in Southern California, which I'm sure is a big surprise to so many people. This is where they come to. And I also myself was addicted as a young person. And by the grace of God, I was pulled out of that and I was able to move past it. But I had no resources available to me like this. This is incredible. So please make sure, or maybe there were and I just didn't know. And so this is a beautiful thing. And so please let all of the young people know, people that have young people in their lives. That's what I will say about that. At this point, I would like to open the microphone to anyone that would like to share some beautiful stories about Kaden. Anyone that would like to say something.
I'm related to Kaden by his, I'm his aunt. Aunt, cousin, we always say cousin. His grandma is my cousin. And Kaden was growing up with my kids, and he's such a kind kid. And I get angry whenever I think about him not being here because of the lack of resources and things that a lot of people didn't take his disability and his issues seriously. His mom didn't get enough help, and he should be here with us today. He was a kind, sweet child with an amazing smile. He loved his mom, he loved his sister, and loved his whole family. Honestly, he loved everybody he came in contact with. He was a good kid, and he just chose the wrong path. And it just kept dragging him back, no matter what he did. He tried hard, but the addiction tried harder. And one of the best memories I have of Kaden is, my son is also special needs. I went to school with Kaden. And I'll never forget the time that I used to give Kaden a ride to school every morning. And Danny, my son, would talk about people bullying him and talking down to him and things that they would do to him at school. And Kaden would always stand up for him. And that's just the kind of person Kaden was. He loved everybody, and he didn't want to stand for anything like that. He just loved his family and loved everyone. So whenever you remember Kaden, just remember the kind person that he was and that he lived on.
unnamed. And the first memory I have of him is the nurse trying to hand him to me, and I literally gave the most disgustingest face, and I don't know where that photo is, but one day I'll show it all to you guys, because I hate kids. Kaden was my true ride or die. When he was growing up, anytime I was off, I'd go get him from daycare, I'd pick him up, and it didn't matter where we were going, it wasn't even asked where we were going to go. He was ready to go with me on any adventures, road trips. This is really hard, you guys, I'm sorry. Kaden stayed with me towards the end for a little bit, and we had our ups and downs. And all I can ask for you guys, I'm not a religious person, but please, if you guys need help, reach out to somebody and get the help. Because he should be here. His life should not have been taken away like it was. And I have a lot of anger and rage, so I apologize for that part. But Kaden was the most compassionate, loving person you would ever meet. It did not matter where we were. If there was somebody on the side of the road, Auntie, stop. Do you have cash, Auntie? We need to give them cash, you know. They need this, they need that. Me and Kaden, when he was little, he used to make sandwiches and little Ziploc bags that we'd go to the parks and hand out to the homeless, because that was Kaden. He wanted to help anybody that he could. It didn't matter what stage of life he was in. Even during the drugs that he was on, he was willing to help his friends, that he called his friends, and he was willing to help his family if need be, even being a pain in the ass with me. So you guys, if you guys have good memories, please come up here and talk about them. Because I know the whole family is struggling. I know my sister, my niece, my mom, the other aunts, uncles here, we're all struggling. His dad's side of the family is struggling, everybody. So please, if you guys have anything, please talk about them right now. And give us that comfort so we can hear those good memories. Thank you.
And he's in prison right now because of choices that he made. It was things that was done to him, and the drugs that the authorities put him on, and he's in prison now for that. I don't know if that's good, better, or different, but he's taking his responsibility for what he did. He gets 12 years in prison for this mistake. But Chantal and I would talk about Kaden and I would try to advise her, or at least let her know what was going on. Jonathan heard each other's support through what was going on. And all I can say is, if it wasn't for the God upstairs watching over me and my family and my daughter through this time with my grandson, that's the only hope we have, is to believe in God. And that there is a reason why this happened with Kaden. It's to open our eyes to what's going on in this world. And we need to watch our kids and look for the signs to help them, to talk to them. They just want to know, they just want to be loved. And to know that it's okay to cry or ask for questions. It's okay to speak out. They need that support, and we as adults need to be there for them, no matter what. Just like I'm there for Chantal, no matter what she needs. She knows that she can call me. Just remember your kids. Life is tough. And tell them about Jesus and how much God loves them. And there is hope. And it's not all bad in the future, but we can get through this. There's a reason. Hopefully this foundation will open people's eyes to what can be done to better the society that we live in. Thank you. sorry. And the Kaden's parents, I was their teacher. And I remarried and had a son. And they were about 8, 9 years old, and Kaden and my son became very good friends and grew up together. And Chantal, I just want to say, you're an amazing mom. I saw what you did and how you devoted your time. And you looked and was always fighting for him. Tristan, I'm sad for what you missed. And I hope this is going to have the impact on you that it's meant to. And that you'll be willing. I remember Kaden and Nathan riding their bikes around town everywhere. Oh, I would get so upset. Where are they? Almost a helicopter mom, but trying not to be. Kaden always had the sweetest disposition. He was always willing to help. Not that he didn't sneak out and lie and do a few things, and that we didn't catch him, because we did at times. It's so important as a parent to be investing in our children's lives. And in a time and age when we're dealing with electronics, we're addicted to them as well. And it's really hard to set them aside, to take that time to connect. It's so important. And if you have young children, I want to encourage you, because they need that more than anything. They need that connection. We all need it. That's why we scroll our phones looking for that instant connection, but it will never replace the real connection that we each one need. Thank you for your testimony of the Lord Jesus, because He is the Savior, and He does make the difference in our lives.
Denise's son. Kaden was my best friend for a long time, since we were little boys, through high school. And we would ride our bikes everywhere. I love him so much. He's like a brother to me. And there's really nothing I can say right now, but I know he would want me to stand up here and say something, because he truly was my brother, and he had a good soul, and I love him very much, and I pray for him every day. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bern, Kaden's little sister. I don't really know what to say, because, he was a great kid, but he's such a brat, always picking on me. I don't know what that was about, but that older sibling stuff. He's my best friend, only friend.
I'm Kat. I'm Dylan's best friend. I knew Kaden since I was little. He saw me so much. He's an amazing kid, and I don't really know what to say. But thank you all for coming out, and thank you for being here for Bailey and Chantel. He was such a good person, and I wish it didn't have to end like this, but
thank you guys, like she said, for coming out. That kid was honestly the only kid that really got me And I know some of you are here just thinking Kaden was an addict and he wasn't a good kid, but he was at heart. That kid was such a good kid. He was my best friend, bro. One night, me and his best friend Noah and my best friend Kat were all sitting in the driveway, and this homeless man walked by, and Kaden said, "Do you need some water or any food?" And this homeless man took this box of pizza and was like, "No, but I have some pizza. Would you guys like a slice?" And we ate pizza with the homeless man with Kaden. And Kaden had such a long talk with the homeless man. Kaden had such a good soul. Just sat there for hours, the homeless people, giving them food, giving them water. He was such a good kid. But didn't have to really be like this, you know? Have a great day. 19-year-olds and 2 toddlers running around. Kaden was the kid that taught me it was okay to get a little dirty because we knew Kaden, he was always outside. We would play in his backyard all day long, and he would make mud pies and just make an absolute mess of himself. And he just always made me feel included in everything that he was doing. Kaden was my buddy. Our moms brought us everywhere together. It was always 2 car seats in the back with me and Kaden. And I don't really know how to come to terms with the fact that he's no longer here with me. I thought he was going to be there when I had kids one day. And he was going to be Uncle Kaden, and we were both going to have our kids in the back seat together. I didn't think I was going to lose him so young. But I'm just thankful for the last few conversations we happened to have had. Me and Kaden weren't the closest in the last few years. You know, life happens, but this last Christmas he came down and he just sat with me on the couch, and he just told me that he was proud of me. And Kaden wasn't always the most sentimental type. He wasn't the one that was going to say some super deep thing, but you knew that he loved you. And he hated being the center of attention. He would feel so awkward here right now. I could just imagine him looking down on all of us right now, telling him, stop crying, it's fine, you guys, really. But man, am I thankful for years that I got with him, and to experience such a close friendship from such a young age. And I just hope that one day we all get to see him again and catch up and tell him about all the things that he missed. Thank you.
Kaden was one of my younger cousins. I think I'm the only cousin from that side of the family that was able to be here today. So, for all my siblings and my other cousins, Kaden was a wild child. When he was little, he was very crazy. He ran wild with my brothers, who are also very crazy. Piggyback rides and bikes and just all kinds of stuff. Swimming in Uncle Rusty's pool and trying to drown each other. He was a really good kid, and I think he was really misunderstood by a lot of people, even at such a young age. And I'm really sad that things happen this way. A lot of people said it didn't have to be like this, but I think it's beautiful that Kaden will be remembered by so many people. There's a lot of people here.
and that his story will mean something, and it will be something that people talk about, and that he'll be a symbol for something that affects so many people's lives, and he'll never be forgotten because of that. So he won't be remembered for the way that he passed. He'll be remembered for the words that everybody said here today, and for the impact that those kinds of choices have on people's lives. But yeah, that's all I got.
Perfect being here. So Kaden held a very special place in my heart because Chantel was the first person I ever let watch my child, Natasha. She's 11, she's sitting over there. When she was 2 weeks old, she was the first person I ever let watch her. And as the years passed, Chantel babysat less, and Kaden took over the role of babysitting. I don't trust a lot of people, but I trusted Kaden with my daughter's life, and that's saying a lot. He was a great kid, and that's what we're going to remember about him. My daughter made a couple confessions in the last couple weeks that Kaden used to let her watch Chucky and Family Guy, and a couple other probably not age-appropriate shows when she was about 5 or 6. And I said, that's okay. Perfectly fine. Thanks for letting me know. Now, so thank you, Kaden, for that. And thank you, everybody, for coming. It's great to see everybody.
Everybody keeps asking me to talk, so here I am. Like Savannah said, I had my son very young, and he taught me what real love is. That's Kaden's cousin. He fits right into the family. Life together, and like Suzanne said, he was an amazing boy. He stepped up to the plate when other people didn't, and he loved like no other. So when I say he truly taught me what true love is, he did. He had a heart of gold. I remember this park. We would come down here. He was only about 7 years old, and he met a homeless man at the skate park. And he begged me, Mom, remember those blankets you bought? Can we please go back home and get one because it's cold out tonight and he needs a blanket. I volunteered throughout the years with different programs, and he was right by my side and serving plates of food, and he'd remember certain things and he'd say, oh yeah, can we go get that? Can we donate this? Can we do that? The kid had a heart of gold. And you're right, Kaylee, maybe this is how he can leave his story, but this isn't how it should have ended. But I want to thank all of you for being here. And I really want to celebrate him. I want to remember. If anyone has stories, please share them with me, even if you don't want to come speak, because I just want to remember my boy. How sweet and gentle he always was to everyone.
I'm like, you know what, sure, why not? We're going down the dirt road, and he's like, you think this thing can drift? I'm like, I don't think so, and he just starts drifting it. Goes to the left, goes to the right. And magically, he decided to go and hit the one thing that was a brick wall. But after that, I wasn't mad at him. Stayed friends. My dad hated his guts after crashing his car, but it's a funny night. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
I just want to say I wasn't there, so.
Michelle was able to get all the food, the meat, and the buns donated today. Tasha, wherever you are, I don't know where you are, she donated all the sides. Where are you? Oh, she's hiding in the corner. I want to say thank you. And Michelle also went above and beyond for the foundation and set up throughout the town, different bars. And I don't know how much you collected. $320. And this was her doing. And I really just want to say thank you. There's so many others out there that I will say thank you to throughout the night. My mind isn't working as well as it normally is, but thank you again, Tasha and Michelle, for getting all of the food donated. Thank you to my mom. My mom went out of her way to get here early in the morning and set up. She's donated all of the drinks. My dad and Susie for donating all of the sides and the fixings. There's so many of you that have come together for this and donated and helped me emotionally, physically to just get this done. And I just want to thank all of you. Thank you.
We go out, you know, to the desert all the time. We go catch like rattlesnakes. Remember the time he cut the head off of that one rattlesnake? Yeah. Were you there? It was Alan that was there. Yeah. And he picked it up and the snake wrapped around his whole arm. And he like was suffocating the snake. And then the snake dropped and he cut it off. Just ready to talk now. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're already on camera, but there's just a lot of stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's hard to say. I remember one time we were here on a dirt bike and the park rangers came and I was on the back, anything like that. And so we were driving back home and the park ranger tried to crash and hit us and stuff, and then and we were riding out in the desert and we hit some quicksand, or not quicksand, just really soft sand, and we crashed. I still got a scar on my leg from that, but one of the few times we crashed on the back of his dirt bike, I guess.
I lost count.
Yeah, I know.
Lost count, bro. I remember when he got that. You remember that little black fat boy he had?
Yeah.
He took me on a ride on that on the streets, bro. We both come with that bike, bro.
I know. He would always have the dirt bike to ride. It was fun. You should tell Noah to get up over here.
Hey, Noah.
Yeah. Noah. Then, like, I remember when we went camping, it was just me, Kaden, and Chantel, and we would go out in the forest where we were at, and we had like one of those hand saws. Yeah. And we went out deep in the forest with Kaden, and we just cut down trees, some big trees too, which was definitely illegal. Nah, I'm just kidding, it wasn't illegal. No. But we would go far enough where Kaden and his mom wouldn't know. We'd go cut trees, and we'd make a forest out there and stuff. I thought that was fun. I don't really know. We would go do a bunch of fun stuff out in the
Kaden was a great dude.
Yeah, it was.
He actually helped me. He taught me how to ride.
Yeah, ride bikes. Yeah, I know. He did. And he crashed on the back with you too?
He didn't crash.
Or you were on the back?
I actually took him at 130 miles. I spun the speedometer over and broke it.
On the 250.
And he was screaming at me, stop, stop, stop. And I was like, just going.
That's the dirt bike. Oh yeah, yeah. Every single time we would ride dirt bikes, bro, I feel like he crashed. Like, he was a good rider, but he would try to do some gnarly shit. We'd always crash. He would always do the most that he would, like, he'd overthink it himself, bro. Yeah. He'd be like,
not even overthink, he'd just try to scare the shit out of you, bro.
Like, he was on the X game.
When he drove my bike and I was on the back, oh my god, it was so scary. He would cutting people off, swerving through traffic, running red lights, I swear.
Nah, bro, like, what's it called? Remember the time you shot me, bro?
Yeah, the BB gun. Oh yeah. So Kaden shot Thomas with the BB gun. I could have sworn it was on the top of my house, but I guess we weren't there. I gave him my metal BB gun, and we was up on like a hill.
You walked home like this. So basically, you remember? Yeah. We walked over to Alex's house, and then we were over in that little ditch in front of his house, and we were chilling on the hill.
Yeah, you were running.
But no, Alex's house. Nah, what's it called? They were over by Alex's house, and me and you were still walking, and you had the handgun, and I was like, Connor, let me see that.
Oh yeah.
And
there was another time.
and I shot it, and the wind caught it and hit his hand, remember?
Yeah,
So then
he was like,
started-
alright, I'm getting you back.
So he pumped it like 10 times. I ran up the street, he caught me, and then I ran back down. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm good.
But there was another time he was trying to hit you on the hill of my house. He had my pump gun.
The little one,
BB gun.
yeah,
Yeah,
I was running
it was a
around
good
your
one.
yard.
You were riding your bike, and I'm pretty sure he hit you. I do. No? He didn't hit you that time?
No, I
that's
remember
funny.
going up to the...
I remember, you remember we'd all play airsoft all the time? That was fun. We'd all go out in the desert, play airsoft. We had the fort. You remember we made that wall out of a bunch of like brush and stuff?
Oh,
you remember the fort?
Oh,
The fort, yes. Not the tree one that we had, you know,
No,
right?
the bush fort.
The bush that was way back there.
Not with the target car or the one way back?
No, the one way back. Yeah, that one was cool too. They cut it down. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I
they cut
know.
almost all the trees out there.
Yeah, they did.
But
no, it sucks. It was my spot, dude.
Yeah,
Hey, it was pretty cool when we were camping with him.
Oh yeah, I went
Shoot
camping.
the gun for the first time. This motherfucker, we didn't even warn nobody. You just started going.
Wait, oh, you mean when we went? This is like
Yeah,
last
out to
month.
the lake, yeah.
Yeah, we went kayaking and we go out in the lake. We go shoot a couple of my guns and stuff. It was fun. We go kayak to all the islands.
Cooked out and shit.
I got so sunburned. I got so sunburned.
So
dude.
sunburned.
no, that fool was down for anything.
Yeah, it was fun.
He's always down for anything.
I remember recently, we went up to Oatman. I guess this is a few months ago actually, and we went out shooting out there, and then we just drove around like the old Oatman Highway up to the mountain. And we were just out in Golden Valley, and we were gonna go to the Sunken Forest. You guys have never been there probably. You need to go there, dude. We should go. It's so fun. We gotta go camping out there. And we didn't go because he had to go to work, and he's like, oh, dude, let's not go to work. And then we did what?
Didn't we do that hiking where kids?
Yeah, you were there. You came. Yeah, where it's like a
Me, you,
up
and
in
Alex.
Golden Valley.
Yeah, you
No,
guys-
not ourselves. We went with the
church.
Taekwondo church. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You did go. Yeah, it was pretty lit.
About 2 months ago, me and Kaden took his Forerunner, and we went out in the middle of the desert and just fucking slow climbed all the rocks everywhere, all the way to Fort Mojave.
Yeah.
From the hospital all the way to Fort Mojave's house. It was pretty nice.
No, he's always with us.
And I remember we would go to the river all the time. We'd swim across it. I don't know if you did that with us before, no? Yeah. Look,
Not-
he's sketchy.
Hey, you remember?
Oh, you remember when we were here down at Rotary and we swam across and back? We was with me, you.
No, I stayed.
No, you were there. You were there.
was there.
I was the only one that swam across. Because
Yeah,
of
all the way
BK.
across.
No, I went with you. No, yeah, you did all the time, all the time. But another time,
did like 4 times.
and then we set
Every
off the
day,
little
bro.
firecrackers down at the beach over there.
Yeah.
That was fun.
I came all the way from Kingman that day.
You did. Yeah.
I followed them because they had no.
Yeah. That was fun.
It was fun.
No, I miss him though, for real.
Yeah, for real. Cool.
I mean, I don't even know what to say, man.
Yeah.
Shit. This fool, you know what that fool used to do when we worked out, bro?
You guys worked out?
Yeah, when we race BMX, we worked out the Bullhead fitness or whatever.
Oh, I know where that is, yeah.
Or some random trainer, and that fool, literally every time we do any set or any like weightlifting thing, bro, that fool would like fake fart. Bro, I dropped the weight instantly, like what the fuck?
You know how he'd always like make stupid noises whenever
Yes,
we'd be in the
bro.
car?
His noises.
Oh, he was doing that last time we went to the gym, remember?
Yeah, bro. Oh, every single time
He'd be
I
like-
brought him to the gym.
Like fucking
Yeah.
this fake fart, bro.
But every single time I'd bring him to the gym, he'd never really work out with me. Like he
No,
would, but he wouldn't go hard.
Fuck with you. He'd sit
Yeah.
there and just look at you and
I
try to
would
mess
work
with
out
you.
though.
Nah, I played.
As much as I could.
Yeah, he was a little
word.
Nah, I just
He
played.
would.
Some work.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright. Hi Chantel, hi Raylan. I'm Sarah. I'm Nathan's and little sister and Denise's daughter. And I personally could never imagine losing my brother. He is the most special thing to me. He's my best friend, and watching him and Kaden throughout the years has always been such a joy, even if they're always doing dumb stuff, getting in trouble, and I might have been the little sister that was snitching on them and they didn't like me, but I always wanted to be included whatever they were doing, and Kaden always made sure that I was included with them, in whatever they were doing, and there was so much joy as them being friends, there was so much love in it, it was a very pure friendship that all of the boys in our neighborhood had, but yeah, that's all. Thank you.
What's up, Kaden? I know you would think this whole thing is like kind of cringe, but you know, I think I would regret if I didn't like let out like one of our good stories, you know, and just let you know how I feel, cause you know I've been trying to do better of that. So let's start off the story. So like my favorite memory of you, we were at Easter at our sorry, Skyler's looking at me, it's making me awkward. We were at Easter and we went to Princess Cove, and you know our parents took us, well not my parents but like your parents and Tasha and like Thea and my Gmo and all them and Chantel, and we seen a pop raft. Well, we didn't know it was popped at the time, but we seen a big ass raft. So me, you, Skyler went on the raft and we went like far out, and we ended up like noticing that we got water on the raft, and we're like, fuck bro, like we're sinking. And you're like, there's alligators and there's piranhas in the rivers and as, and I started fucking freaking out, bro. I started freaking out, and you and Skylar just like laughing your asses off at me, and I like traumatized. I was traumatized. But I just want to know that I love you and I miss you. And mwah.
We love you. We miss you. You're my best friend, Kaden. Honestly though. So many members with you.
Yeah.
Skylar, we got the biggest snack.
Yes. Hey, we love you. Peace out, Kaden.
Thing about Kaden, whenever me and him were really little, there's a picture of us when we were little, and I was the one in that picture with him, and I was the one that pretty much that Kaden saved whenever I was being bullied. And he had a kind heart. He was always there for people, no matter who it was. If it was an elderly person, if it was a homeless person, he always wanted to brighten someone's day. And I'm really gonna miss him. I wish me and him were still hanging out doing stuff, but at least I have the memories and the kind words that he said whenever he was still alive. I'm always gonna keep those. And it sucks, but I really do miss you, man. And I hope Braylon and Chantel can keep each other together, because family is everything and life is too short. And bye.
I just wanted to say I'm really sorry for your loss, and it's really hard being away from home and under the circumstances after the last couple of years, everything that's happened. I don't really feel like it's my place to say something or have an opinion or anything. I just want you to know that within the last 6-7 months, my communication with Kaden he was very hopeful with his sobriety, and he asked me for help a couple times, and I told him that I was more than willing to have him come out and visit. I have a lot of resources out in Tucson, especially now working in the hospital. Very angry person, because life isn't fair, and he deserved way more chances than he received, and that working with patients who are going down the same journey but have been given more chances than sometimes I feel like they deserve, because they're not trying, and Kaden was trying. It's really hard. So I care and I still love you guys, but sometimes I feel like distance is better. I'm praying for everybody every day, and I'm so sorry that you guys went through everything the way that it did, and I hope sometime later in the future that things will be different. I remember Kaden telling me about how much he was hoping to get married with Anna, and he was so hopeful, and he wanted to come out and visit. And literally earlier when they were asking me to go speak, I was like, I don't want to speak in front of everybody, but all I could think about was whenever we'd have sleepovers and I would be sleeping on a top bunk and he'd be like, good morning, and he'd turn on my little Hannah Montana lamp, like this was like a little talk show, and we'd have conversations, and Jen would get so mad and tell us that we needed to shut up and go to bed because she could hear us from the living room because we were laughing so hard. So anyway, I love and miss him, and I know he misses everybody, and he's got good wishes for everybody back home. Love you.
Kaden, I wish you were here, you know, obviously so we can hang out. We never got to go riding like we planned, dude. It sucks, but maybe in another life we can go riding, rip through the dirt, you know. I'm lost of words, dude, you know.
Transition.
It doesn't feel, it feels like you're still here, dude, but I mean obviously you're here with us in the heart, you know. Yeah, dude, rest easy, man, we love you.
Oh yeah. Alright. Well, thank you Kaden, for not only being a part of our lives, but you know, for sticking by our sides, you know. Through those 4 years of high school, not only did you show me, you know, your characteristics, you know, the way you used to treat people, you know, it was really caring, you know. I miss the memories we used to make, you know, whenever you used to come to me to the vending machine asking for a little snack. And I always say yes, you know. It don't matter to me, but we all gotta eat, you know. Whether we're riding in a 2-wheeler or 4-wheeler, you know, we're always gonna be in the pack. I appreciate the memories, all the times we smoked, you know, all the times we kicked it. And I just loved it, man. Appreciate it. And, you know, thank you for everything, bro. Like, serio, like, I really wish you were here, man. I really wish we got that last hangout, you know, that last goodbye before we split ways. I wish we grew old together, you know. I just need that one last goodbye, dog. For real. Rest well, Kaden. Rest in peace. Love goes to you, dog.
True good friend, dude.
Oh yeah.
I appreciate everything you did for me, the opportunity you gave me to come and work with you and make some money. You know, you really opened up some doors for me and for the real world. You know.
Oh shit, bro.
You showed me a lot. You showed me a lot. You know, and we learned a lot from each other. And it was beautiful to be able to have a relationship like that, you know. It's not too many people you get to have a natural bond with, you know. It just comes naturally, and it was beautiful, you know, to have a relationship like that. Love you, dude. I just seen you too, not too long before I heard the news. You seem to be doing really good at the time, dude. I love seeing the smile on your face, dude. A genuine smile. It was beautiful, dude.
Oh yeah.
We love you, dude.
Love you, brother.
May we see each other again real soon.
Another life.
Yes, sir.
You have a good one, Kaden.
And look it, dude. We all care and love. We all care about you and love you, dude. It sucks that this is the way we have to reunite with you and the family. Shouldn't have been this way, but you just need to know that we're all here. We all care about you, and we wish the best for you.
Yeah, maybe one day we'll have another sesh. You never know. Talk about life. Thanks, bro. Wish I had one more hug. One more hug. Peace out.
Later, dude.
Later,
Rest
kid.
easy. Love you, dude.
Hi, Chantel. I just want to share with you. Not even share. I can't imagine the pain and the loss that you're experiencing. So I can't say I can share it. But I want to encourage you. This has got to probably be the most painful thing you'll ever have experienced. And I know you've already experienced a lot. I want to encourage you to continue to press into the Lord. That He is faithful. Let Him heal your wounds. Don't allow the enemy to use this to cause you to grow bitter or push away. To push into Him. There was a purpose. God uses all things together. This is, except a grain of wheat die, it bears no fruit. Look for the fruit that God is going to bring forth from this. Kaden was a seed to touch many people's lives. And I just want to encourage you to see and to look for those good things that God's going to do through this, and to continue to give Him praise.